Hi friends, today's been kind of a rough day. Had to stop myself from having a panic attack earlier, and I had to remind myself some of the tools that I had at my disposal to help me get through it. So I woke up and I was in a lot of pain today, and I am out of pain medication until tomorrow. And I think that's something that probably a lot of us go through, is we burn through our pain medication just to get by at the moment and not think about the other things that are available to us that might help us, so we can kind of ration that pain medication. I think if you take tramadol, that's probably one of the most commonly prescribed pain medications. You can take 50 milligram, you can take 2 50 milligram tablets 4 times a day. And for a lot of us, that just doesn't even take the edge off of the pain. So, not saying that I do this, but some people might take more than 2 at a time. So those people would burn through their tramadol faster. And then when it comes to the point where your bottle is empty and you've got a couple days left on your prescription, you kind of have to try to figure out what you're going to do to make do. So I've posted another video talking about pain medication or pain options, or options to handle pain, in another video. I just wanted to share with you kind of what happened with me today. So realized disease is out of control, everything is swollen. I have 2 50 milligram tramadols left, and I've taken them this morning with my prednisone. I got into a panic. I wasn't sure what I was going to do. I started to cry, and which crying never makes it better. It always makes it worse. So I started to cry. And I have been fortunate to have been going to therapy for a couple of years and have been prescribed Xanax. So I took one to keep myself from going into a panic attack. And what it did was it slowed my thinking down a little bit, let me calm down, let me try to think rationally about what I was going through and what my options are. So my options are, I took some Tylenol, which is generally laughable, but I had it at my disposal, so I took some Tylenol. I also have relied on lidocaine patches today, so I have them taped up around my hands. Right now, the disease is really affecting my knuckles and my wrists, so this is a standard size lidocaine patch. This is about as wide as they are, and I've kind of stretched it out far enough and then taped it over my hands to where it would cover kind of the most territory. So since doing this, and I've also got a patch around my left ankle, and since doing this, the pain has decreased in my hands and my knuckles. Just having that relief then made me start to think a little bit more clearly. So you get a little bit of brain fog when something like this happens. Thoughts just get cluttered up, and you don't know what you're supposed to be thinking. You're not sure what you're supposed to do, and you get confused. And so it just kind of took the fog away for a little bit and let me think about the options that I had. I've also had available to me to use ice packs, and I do use ice packs, ice compresses on my wrists and my ankles. I used to use them on my knees a lot when the disease was affecting my knees. And so I have that available. I also do Epsom salt baths, and Epsom salt tries to take away inflammation. I didn't do any of that this morning. Fortunately, I was able to take the Xanax do the lidocaine patches and Tylenol, and I was able to calm down enough. Something that I was talking to a friend about, she has a spouse who is going through a very tough time, and she was not sure about how she could help him. She did not know what she could do to help him. And one of the things that I try to remember that I also have at my disposal is that if I can release endorphins, which are the feel-good chemical in your body, then that will help you feel better. It's not going to take the pain away, but it changes the focus from the pain over to whatever it is that's making you feel good. So, for example, this is going to look really weird, but if you've ever seen one of these, it's called a tingler, and you use it on your head, and you just rub it up and down like this on your head. Oh my God. It gives you goosebumps. Oh, I got goosebumps right now just from that. It gives you goosebumps, and something as simple as this that you could probably buy at Bed Bath & Beyond. Oh, this is from Walmart. You could buy something like this at Walmart, Bed Bath & Beyond, wherever. To do that and have your body release endorphins, and that will help you feel good temporarily. It'll give you like a moment to where you can stop focusing on the pain and help you feel good. Something else that I personally, this is going to sound kind of weird, but I like to get goosebumps, so I like to have like my back tickled, and my husband does that for me sometimes, and there have been many times when I've been just really bad in pain and asked him if he would tickle my back, and it's given me enough of an endorphin release that maybe I can relax and go to sleep, or at least just relax for a minute. Something else that releases endorphins for me is music. So if I hear, right before I started this video, I was watching some older videos of Prince concerts, and I totally love Prince. I'm so sorry that he's gone. But listening to him singing in this video touched me musically, and I got goosebumps from it. And for the 10 minutes that I was watching this video, I forgot that I was in as much pain as I'm in, and it gave me a way to escape. And so if music is something that can do that for you, then go there. Guided meditation. If you're able to do guided meditation, my brain goes too fast for me to do self-guided meditation. So I have to listen to like a video or an app or something that does the guided meditation, guides me through it. But if you're able to do that and kind of disconnect your brain from the pain for a little bit to where you're focusing in on what's being said, then do that. Another thing that I find that I'm into, and surprisingly, I didn't really think that I would be into this very much, is ASMR. And if you don't know what ASMR is, Google it. You can find tons of videos on YouTube. It's the sensory of like tapping. You can hear like tapping, or the sound of like things rubbing, or like rubbing on fabric, that type of sound, hair brushing, soft whispering, things like that. That really makes my head tingle, and it actually gives me goosebumps. Some of the things affect me more than others. Like, I'm not necessarily a person who enjoys the tapping, but I love to hear somebody rubbing on fabric, or hair brushing, the sound of, or maybe even a visual of if somebody comes up to the camera and goes like this and it looks like they're stroking your face. Sometimes I can actually feel that on my face, and it gives me tingles. And so I listen to that. I'll find various videos and I'll listen to that a lot at bedtime to try to help myself relax and go to sleep. So, so I've had a couple of hours that I've been able to decompress from my crappy morning, and it is, what time is it? I don't know, I think it's like 4 o'clock or something like that here. So I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do for this evening as far as pain. We'll just take it as it comes, I guess. But I'm 3.5 months out from remission, and what I'll probably do is put another video together to kind of explain what I was able to do while in remission, and maybe tell you a little bit about my story of being diagnosed, what happened before I was diagnosed, and what's happened since I've been diagnosed. So for this video, I just wanted to let you know kind of this is how I've had to cope with this day and cope with preventing a panic attack and stopping and thinking about what I had available to me, what tools I had available to me to help me get through this day. So I hope this video helps you in some way, and everybody take care.